and welcome to the Lillian McMorris Show. Thank you so much for joining us today. We've got quite an impactful group that we're going to talk to today. We're going to start out with a person that I met, and she is hilarious. Although we're not going to do comedy today, she's totally hilarious, but her mission is about breast cancer. Her mission is us being educated, being healthy, and celebrating life in spite of whatever is going on with you. Please welcome Miss Rhayne Thomas.
Thank you.
Rhayne.
Hi, Lillian.
I'm not going to tell him to make it rain.
Make it rain, make it rain.
And Rhayne is the Vice President and Fundraising Director for Healing Your Mind, Body, and Spirit After Breast Cancer.
Yes, but the organization is actually called Send Me on Vacation.
Send Me on Vacation. And that's
Absolutely.
what I want to talk about is Send Me on Vacation. We know you've been busy in the community and doing several fundraisers and educating our people about breast cancer.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It seems that every other woman in a room says, I've had it, or I'm having it, or my sister.
Had a scare.
Right, had a scare. And I think awareness and letting people know this is something that we need to go in and have scans. We need to be proactive and not reactive.
Yeah. We preach it all the time.
Absolutely, absolutely.
When the mammo van comes, they run the PSAs until you go get it for free. I mean, a sliding scale if you can go other places, but we must do it. Early detection is the key.
Absolutely. And I tell friends that say, oh, I haven't been. I'm like, you have a choice. When I talk to you in the next 2 weeks, you have made an appointment, or I'm going to do it for you. And since I'm not a doctor, you probably don't want me doing your mammogram. So you better get on it.
Smash.
Squish, splat. I mean, but you will have it done.
All right, let's talk about Send Me on Vacation. Send Me on Vacation. Tell me about that.
A couple of years ago, I met an amazing woman, Kathy Backus, who's the CEO and founder, and her husband. And she said, oh, you had breast cancer. I said, yes, a couple of years out. And she said, what we do, our organization is not for profit. What we do is raise monies to send breast cancer survivors that are in need and their families on a 1 week all expense paid vacation.
Oh my goodness.
Now, mind you, there are no employees. And when she said we, she was talking about her and her husband.
Okay, we.
And so she asked me to join. And, you know, it's very passionate. I have volunteered for breast cancer and cancers for about the last 25 years. So this was definitely close to my heart. They're wonderful people, and they were making a difference. And, I wanted to be a part of that.
Let's talk about the physical aspects of breast cancer and the effects on one's life.
I don't think it's on anybody's bucket list, but especially mine, because it doesn't run in our family.
Wow.
I wasn't a smoker or a drinker, and, was somebody who took care of myself. I didn't eat junk food, and blammo, there it was. I decided I'm going to go in and laugh my way through it. I'm going to be aware and be positive and not be afraid. And that's what I did.
Okay.
But, I hear so many women say, oh, once this happens, I'm going to die.
Right.
No, that's not the way you look at it. You don't ever take something like that and surround yourself with people who say that either.
Right, no.
Because people do say, they say, well, I had a friend that did it and she died.
And she died. Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
I'm like, why are you telling me this?
Right.
So, a lot of women say they feel like men. I didn't know this. One of my doctors told me that something like 1 out of every 4 men left when their significant other wife came home. And I said, well, where are they going? They said, well, they just leave.
They just leave because the attraction's no longer there. And in all honesty, it has a lot to do with emotionalism. Unfortunately, our male species can't always deal with the emotion. It's one of the things our 100 Black Men of Las Vegas is going to be doing in the next few months is educating the public, specifically men, handling your relationship during this crisis period.
That is awesome because, I couldn't understand that. I did all my treatment in Arizona. My husband was here. I said, you stay here. I got this. And so my doctors were sitting there and they said, well, find out what he's going to say. And I said, he said this, do whatever you have to do to make me well.
Right.
And so that's when they told me about the statistics. And I said, I can't imagine my husband doing that because I would have to be well. I don't want to have to spend my life hunting him down and plucking his carcass bare.
No, not on the air. I don't want to do that.
But I knew he wouldn't because that's not his character.
Right. What are the essential steps in surviving?
First of all,
treatments?
Absolutely. You have to stay diligent. the internet, everybody seems to go to the internet to get answers. I'm like, you need to go to your doctor and get answers and follow through, not wait 2-3 years and saying, well, I hope it goes away. It's not there.
It's just a little, what are they called? There's the spots sometimes that show up on her breasts or what have you, but it's not cancerous.
Right.
It's just that. And
Right.
you go, okay, it's just that. I don't
Right.
have to worry about it. But we
Right.
don't know.
We don't know.
We're not PhDs.
Right.
We don't know.
And an MRI found mine. It didn't show up anywhere.
Wow.
It didn't show up on my mammogram or my diagnostic.
So what caused you, how'd you get to that journey to have an MRI then?
My OBGYN, who is in Richmond, Virginia, where we used to live, I always went back and forth to her. And I always said, oh, I feel something at 3 o'clock. Every year for years, she's like, it's a rubbery node, and we get scans from doctors. And the last time, in 2010, she said, I'm going to order an MRI. I want to show you it's a rubbery node. And it was a rubbery node. But at 6 o'clock, they found something 6 inches in near my rib cage.
Oh, my.
Yeah, and it was the size of a check mark.
Of a check mark.
And my breast surgeon said when she went in to get it, it looked like a few grains of beach sand. I never would have felt that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's frightening.
But see, that's early detection.
Absolutely.
That's the bottom line.
Absolutely.
It's early detection. So we want to take people on vacation, well-deserved vacation, to celebrate life.
Absolutely. Exactly.
So you have 2, I didn't get a chance to talk about the prunes are sexy, but you're going to come back and we'll talk about that part and talk about your walks and your marathons and all that, because you definitely keep healthy.
That's the goal, and I'd like for other women. I believe in women empowerment, and it starts with one, and just like you, telling you, and then you tell someone else, and hopefully we can get a lot of women, especially young women.
Well, we're going to give these websites and your phone number.
Absolutely.
And we want people to call to find out about your organization, Send Me on Vacation, and since you are the fundraising director, healing your mind, body, and spirit after breast cancer. And this lady is the funniest person I've met in a long, long, long time. So I'm going to give you 2 websites. They'll be on the screen, prunesaresexy.com and sendmeonvacation.org. Or you can call Rhayne, and that's 702-277-9149. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much for
letting me be
Celebrate
here. Life. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
You know your business could really benefit from a great mobile app. Being accessible on mobile devices everywhere can take you to new heights of audience interaction that will improve sales, service, and we're here to help. We can help you build a beautiful mobile app and mobile website. Rely on our expertise to handle everything from start to finish affordably and professionally. Contact us for a free demo to see what an app for your business would look like.
And welcome back. We're going to talk to Peter Guzman with VCOZ. Now, VCOZ has been around for quite some time. It's a well-kept secret, in all honesty, because I remember it about 10 years ago.
About 8.
8 years ago, when it first started, very little. The governor had allocated X amount of money. Peter Guzman, let's talk about you, Executive Director of VCOZ.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it very much. I'm always very excited to talk about VCOZ because my passion is small business. So, and just fresh off the press, we have our new 2014 annual report.
Look at that.
Yeah, well,
so
I'm
glossy and stuff.
Yeah,
So my first annual report I got from you was like 2 pieces of paper.
Yeah, well, we're trying to step it up and do it the right way.
Well, that's perfect. I'll take a look at that.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing. Let's talk about the Valley Center Opportunity Zone, because what it is community development, but specifics. It's specific to downtown is the core, and then you go out just a little bit on either side.
Correct. This governor, especially this governor, he's been very pro-business and knows the power of small business. And so he's been helping us tremendously through his economic development. And VCOZ basically helps small businesses in a specific zone. That zone happens to be Charleston, Rancho, Craig and Nellis. So
Craig
it's
and
fairly
Nellis, that's
big.
it. Craig and
fairly
Nellis,
big.
yeah. Okay.
And predominantly a lot of those businesses are what we call enterprise zone businesses in the downtown area and a little bit beyond. And, very excited. We've been able to give out over 115 grants.
And that is so, when we first started, I was there when it first started, and you had just a little bit of money from the governor. And at the Latin Chamber, had this big meeting, invited a lot of small businesses come in, put in your application. Didn't get a wonderful executive director like you. We had to kind of do it.
Yeah, we went through a few of those.
Yes, we did.
I think the thinking was bring somebody on board who has some business experience.
Right.
I've had to meet payrolls and make decisions whether I was going to, pay my mortgage or pay my payroll. I've been in that position,
Yes.
so I see it from a different perspective. And so it's a great organization. It is a joint venture partnership between the Latin Chamber of Commerce and the Urban Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
And just very excited to be helping small businesses.
So let's talk about the procedure, because we know the economic impact. I've used that word a lot in the last few shows, haven't I? Impact. That must be a real important word for 2015. Stimulate business activity, enhance visual appearances of business properties, right here in the area of which we've spoken. We're going to give those again. Chief objective of the program is to assist businesses in blighted areas, downtown Las Vegas, areas east and north of the center city within North Las Vegas.
Correct. And so, you can imagine we're dealing with small businesses that in some of them could never meet the traditional lending institution,
Correct.
banking institution needs. So my board, very aggressive board, tried to make it as easy as possible to really, you're going to have to put some skin in the game. You're going to have to come forward and do some work, but we're not going to hold you through some of the things that the traditional lending institutions would do. Otherwise, they would never get any money.
That's true.
And they're very important to our economy, very important. Downtown, as you see, when I first started downtown, it wasn't as exciting as it is right now.
It's exciting
and
now.
And there's a couple businesses that we gave grants to that are now thriving, that have gone from 2 employees to 10 employees. And that's with a direct grant.
Right.
Because as you know, as a small business owner, you know how important it is if you were able to get some hard cash immediately that you can put right into your business.
You never know what you're going to need. And like you said, you got to, especially downtown area, a lot of the office buildings, what have you, are old.
Right.
So they need a little upkeep.
Refurbishing.
Yes. So refurbishing. Then you got to bring in people to do the work.
Correct.
And then you got to bring in people to man your office.
We recently, I'll give you a quick story. We recently helped a small business that after I went through his paperwork, because that's what I do. I kind of do like an interview thing. Okay. I figured out that with an upgraded software system, he would probably increase his revenues. I guesstimated 10 to 15%. Well, he ended up getting a grant, buying the software. It was a $7,500 software. And he actually increased his revenue 22% within the first 6 months.
Look at that.
So it's powerful. Right. It's very powerful.
Right. So what is the procedure? People call you.
Procedure is they can go, they can email me at info@vcoz.org.
Okay.
They can go on the website, www.vcoz.org.
We're going to put that on the screen.
Yeah, and they go on there and they can get the application.
The phone number is VCOZ. It's 702 384
7269.
Yeah, which comes down to 8269. And we have to give the 8269 because our new phones don't always have, especially BlackBerry. It doesn't have it in line.
702-384-8269.
And we'll have that on the screen as well.
And basically, there'll be an application process. And the application process, we do want to see that you've paid some taxes in your business name. We look for IRS tax liens because we don't want you using taxpayer money to pay off your tax liens. Right. This is strictly money to be used to enhance, grow your business. We want to create jobs and maintain jobs. Okay. So that was our main focus.
Create jobs and maintain jobs.
That's right. That's right. Because every job is important. And so that's what we do.
Okay, let's give the boundaries again for the zone.
It's going to be Charleston, Rancho, Craig, and Nellis, inside those boundaries. That's right. Okay. And that map is on our website as well. So it's a very user-friendly website. They could start there, but I always answer my calls. So if I can't answer it right away, I'll call them back.
Okay. We're talking to Peter Guzman he's executive director of VCOZ, which is a Valley Center Opportunity Zone. So if you have a business between Charleston and Rancho and Craig
and Nellis in that large square.
Then they can help you enhance your business, impact your business.
Absolutely. And God willing, we'll be able to take those boundaries and expand them.
Well, I'm looking at that, but I like what you're doing now, specifically in the downtown area and a lot of those small businesses.
I'd like to expand that Charleston line to Sahara because there's a lot of businesses that fall into that Charleston area that really are impacted by downtown. And so we're trying to do that, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay. VCOZ.org. That's VCOZ, VCOZ.org. And the phone number is 702-384-8269. That's 702-384-8269.
And Lillian, thank you for caring about the community so much.
Oh, absolutely.
Appreciate
this is
you
my
having
community.
me.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So we want you, it's been in existence since, about 8 years now. So if you do have a small business, go on the website, fill out the paperwork, talk to Peter. He'll answer any questions that you have. And I believe there's a deadline. There was a, this is
Yeah, well, the end of this month is a deadline for our next quarterly meeting. And you can go on the website. All the dates are there.
Okay, that's a good thing. Go on the website, because I didn't write them to share with you. But if you go to VCOZ.org, you can get all the
January
information.
31st is our next deadline, and then we meet in February.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you.
No, I want to thank
appreciate you and coming down and spending time with us and kind of getting the word out about VCOZ, because there's a lot of small businesses within these areas that can definitely use your help.
Absolutely. Small business is the engine that runs this country.
I love that. I'm going to have to remember that. We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back. The Lillian McMorris Show is produced by Tego and Associates Productions. Multi-camera shoots either in our studio or on location. That's Tego and Associates Productions. Give us a call at 702-509-7728. Grab the Lillian McMorris Show app, which will give you access to the current show, links to past segments, add your event to my community calendar. Hi, and welcome back. I'm just talking to Tom Skancke, and I'm going to tell you, you don't see people for years and years and years, but some people never change. Welcome, Tom.
Well, thank you, Lillian. Thanks for having me here. It's
You
great to
have
see
been
you.
involved in economic development in Southern Nevada for so many years. I mean, I remember the transportation. We talked about the train. We did the thing at UNLV for the train.
Right.
And several other economic development things. You're just the brain when it comes to that.
I don't know if I'm a brain, but I've been around the community for 26 years, and I love Las Vegas. It's a great city, the entire valley, and it's a very exciting time to be here in our state and in our region. And I'm fortunate to have this position. I've been in my job now 2 years and about 3 months, and we are just doing all kinds of great things for this economy.
Well,
here in
speaking
Southern
of your
Nevada.
job, he's the president, CEO, Las Vegas Global Economic Alliance. So first, let's tell everyone what Las Vegas Global Economic Alliance is.
So, Lillian, we're the Regional Economic Development Authority that's been approved by the state of Nevada by the Governor's Office of Economic Development. We're really we're the old Nevada Development Authority with lots of new people. Yeah, Summer was the CEO and got a whole new board, whole new mission and vision. We've gone global in the sense of doing more global outreach. We've really brought the community, the economic development community together in how we work on economic development. I tell people all the time that on any given day there's about 70 people in our region working to expand and attract and retain businesses here in Southern Nevada. From our partners with the city of Henderson and North Las Vegas and Clark County and Henderson and Mesquite. We're the umbrella organization for all of those.
Got it.
So we're countywide. Our partnership with the Governor's Office of Economic Development has been amazing for us. And I think what the governor has done for economic development in the state is unprecedented. This is my 6th governor that I've seen since I've been in Nevada, and Governor Sandoval has made economic development and diversification his #1 priority, and I think it's really showing, and I think it's paying off for our state.
So how is that going to help us? I know the vision is to help residents of Southern Nevada thrive in the global economy. We're going to get jobs.
So the jobs come actually from the industry creation and the business attraction. So this last year we were able to bring about 3,800 jobs to the valley. That's more than what we did in the 2 previous years combined. And so, I was just on the East Coast and was watching an ad for Startup New York. They've got a huge advertising campaign, and we don't have a huge advertising campaign.
Okay. I'm surprised you don't partner with Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority.
You know, those are tourism dollars, and then
Okay.
we've got economic
You've got
development
economic
dollars
development
from the
dollars.
state. But you look at what's happening around the country, we're one of the best performing economic development organizations and regions in the country. In fact, we're kind of the talk of the country, and I'm really proud of that because I have an amazing team of people that work for me. We have 20 people in our organization. When I started, there were 7.
Wow.
And we've
you've
built the
grown.
organization from those 7 people. We've added some incredible talent from around the region and around the country. And the best part of my job every day is going to work with those talented individuals. The partnerships, Lillian, that we've created with the Urban Chamber of Commerce, the Henderson Chamber of Commerce, the Metro Chamber of Commerce, and how we've brought the community together to work on economic development. I'm very, very proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that we've expanded our board.
Right.
And things are going extremely well for the entire community.
So are you using this global stance and global economics and venturing out into the various chambers of commerce and other, how does education fit into that? Because we all have to be educated to know about what's going on with economic development and how we all play a part in it.
So as you know, being a Las Vegan, education is very important to what we do here. And Nevada ranks 50th in the 51st in the country, actually, on education. And that's a sad statistic.
Yeah, it is.
Economic development and education are linked at the hip. You can't have an educated workforce to attract those businesses if you don't have a well-performing and efficient education system.
And that's one of the things that's always been said. Oh, we would bring our company there, but
right.
You don't have the educated people that can do this and that.
Our workforce is primarily for a tourism industry, right? And construction and development. It's difficult to attract those companies when you don't have the workforce that they require. So as we attract a tech economy, which is what we're doing, and as we attract other industries around logistics and goods movement, which are highly technical jobs, trained jobs, right? You've got to have a technical certificate to operate a crane when you're moving goods and those types of things, because the liability is huge, right? So we are really focused on pre-K through 12. Because that's where the system starts. Okay. There's a national statistic that if kids are not reading and writing and arithmeticking, as I say, by the third grade, by 5th grade they've made the decision at that age to drop out. And all they do from 5th grade until they are a senior in high school are marking time and just waiting for the opportunity to say, I'm done. And that's not fair to our kids, and it's not fair to our economy. And, you know, it's not just happening in any particular part of the community or any particular school. It's happening all over the region and around the country. You know, when I went to school and you went to school, we went to school.
We went to school.
We didn't have Zoom schools and all these other special schools. We had school. And I think we have to get back to those basics, because that's what business does, is just basics. So we're really focused on it.
And so what are some of the programs that you're offering, for instance, for young people to learn to be more focused on economic development, get educated in that aspect?
So this last year, we created the Education Council, the Global Economic Education Council. And Lillian, what that was educators, administrators, and people in the education community and the business community sat down and agreed on some principles and the governor spoke about this in his State of the State speech. ELL and read by 3 is a priority, because if kids aren't reading and writing and arithmeticking by 3rd grade, I told you what happens. Teacher pipeline. We've got to train teachers and provide them an opportunity for better education for themselves. School construction. We've got to have a serious conversation about resources in classrooms. And so we've really put together a very aggressive program by bringing people together in the community. And we hope now that the legislature acts to provide the necessary funding for the programs that we need.
How does that look for you? I should say for us, because it's a benefit to all of us.
The election, I think, created an interesting environment to have this conversation. So I think it will be a challenge.
Yes.
But I'm always hopeful. I think the partnerships that have been created with the education community and the business community in Southern Nevada, and I'm not here to speak on behalf of the entire business community.
I understand.
Our organization has taken a very, very prominent position. Okay. And I think that the opportunities are there. It's going to take a lot of courage and leadership to get to the end game.
Well, they've got the leader. I appreciate you being there, and I appreciate you taking time to come and speak with us. We're talking to Tom Skancke, who's the president CEO of Las Vegas Global Economic Alliance. For more information, go to their website at lvgea.org. That's lvgea.org. Or you can give them a call at 702-791-0000. Tom, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. We
Thanks for
appreciate it.
having me.
I'd love for you to come back because I want to talk about some of the things that you feel need to happen within our valley in the next few years.
Anytime.
So if you'll come revisit with us, I'd appreciate it, okay?
Thank you so much.
I'm Lillian McMorris, and we thank you so much for joining us, and we'd like to thank Tego and Associates, the Heartland Mansion, of course, the Urban Voice, Paragon Gaming, and the Sands Venetian Corporation for your sponsorship of the Lillian McMorris Show. I am very honored and humble, and I thank all of you viewers and listeners. We'll talk to you next time.
Support the Richard Steele Foundation, giving Southern Nevada youth and families the strong foundation they need to thrive. A Steele Foundation. For more information, go to richardsteelefoundation.org or call 702-638-1308. The Financial Guidance Center offers classes to get you financially in line with what you want to do. Purchase a house, go back to school. Any of these things you can do, and they hold classes. So please give them a call or go to their website. That's the Financial Guidance Center.
The Lillian McMorris Show is produced by Tego and Associates Productions. Multi-camera shoots either in our studio or on location. That's Tego and Associates Productions. Give us a call at 702-509-7728.